Hey guys, this is Robert Jean here in Oklahoma. As you can see behind me, I have some trance monkeys. And we all know who's a trance monkey, and that's everybody who's watching this. So if you don't know what a trance monkey is, it's you. A trance monkey is a person who automatically responds to what's already inside themselves, and they don't even know why they act the way they do. So we're all trance monkeys. The quality of your life, the trance monkey's life, is determined by the quality of the memories in which you hold. So talk about fear. You know, it's interesting what fear is. Fear is a magical process that manifests exactly what you hold within yourself. So fear, well, I say false evidence. Some people will say false evidence appearing real. And I say feelings emerging, affecting reality. So we talk about fear, the magic of fear, how the fear works, and what is fear. So let's kind of look inside your head. What is the purpose of fear? If you have a fear of something, you know, oftentimes, you know, people say the opposite of love is fear, which isn't true at all. Actually, what is fear? If you look at the brain, and that is the neutral opinion, observation about the processor of everything that goes into the child up to even right now, the natural processor, which is the unconscious, which is the limbic system, and it's recording data. So if you speak and understand from the brain's point of view, without judgment, what's in there, what's occurring, and you think about it, why do we have fears and what's the purpose of fear? First of all, fear is designed to keep you safe. Of course, you know, when you have a fear response, that response is trying to say, hey, danger, you're going to get hurt. Panic attacks are severe fear responding physically. But where does it come from? How does it work? That's the million-dollar question. Here's the million-dollar answer. It's very simple. Basically, for example, let's say you were a child and your mother picked you up at school every day for a year from school. Well, not every day, but every day the school's open, and they pick you up every time. And then one day, she's late, hours late, and you're crying, and you're scared, and feel like no one loves you and abandoned. All of a sudden, since this is such a impactful moment, this one here sticks way above everything else. That means it becomes prominent. Actually, when you think about school, that's maybe the first place you go to, this major trauma. But yet all the other 300 times being picked up was no problem and it's not important. But why is this one more important? Because when you look at the operating system of your brain is designed to keep you safe. Keep you safe based on what you captured. Hey, Richard. Good to see you, buddy. And Roxana. So what does this work? Why does this work? Why is this so important? Why is the bad stuff more important than the good stuff? And the reason is because the good stuff doesn't keep you protected from lions who are going to eat you. Good stuff doesn't keep you from being hurt or being burnt. The pain or the fear is what drives you. But the problem is some people never grow up and they still operate from this pain. So fear, the purpose of fear is to keep you safe. It's not to harm you. If you have a fear of spiders, what is that fear trying to do? Now, of course, if you're consciously, that's prefrontal cortex, and you don't know anything about yourself, you don't know about your brain, you don't know how problems work, you're going to think, I hate fears, fears control me, and fears are evil. But the truth is, that's not true. But the reason why you think that way and feel that way is because you've had some bad stuff happen to you. You've had some traumas or bad experiences, and your brain has captured it, organized it in the background, way beyond oftentimes conscious awareness, and then this fear shows up, and all of a sudden you hate your fear, and your fear is doing bad things. Well, this is the mechanics of the brain. The mechanics of the brain, whatever has strong emotions, strong intensity, wins the fight, which means if you've had some bad stuff happen to you, the reason why you start noticing bad things is because you've got your reticular formation, got the radar up, and all of a sudden you see the problem. It is an unconscious programming and you're scared. But why is it keeping you sick? Here's a bizarre thing. And there's like 100 different roads to being ill. So I'll just say I'll hit some of the big ones. So if we were to say, for example, Susan, all right, Susan, she was a nurse. She worked in the hospital. Susan has witnessed some pretty horrific things. Her mother died and she was there, and she had accidents and witnessed accidents, had personal experiences. And all this data is now captured in the brain, and all the emotional intensity is linked inside there and wired together within itself. So now Susan is out there in the real world, and she is having an emotional reaction to sounds, sensations. And it's basically, the reason is the brain, the fear brain, is trying to keep you safe. And so it's going to hold this captive within yourself. And so the only way to set yourself free. Now the problem is that when you have lots of traumas and you're unresolved, that means the emotions are still alive and your brain is still going to use this to keep you safe. It's going to start showing up kinesthetically. It means it's going to show itself physically. So that means oftentimes you'll have pains in your bodies, and you feel sick, you feel sensitive to things. And it's because prefrontal cortex is when we start to feel bad. Prefrontal is your logical thinking. Your body's responding. You have a panic attack, or you don't want to get sick, and you don't want to get fearful, or you don't want something bad to happen. So you start making up stories consciously. But what if? And you start planning your day trying not to get hurt, but the planning of not getting hurt, you're rehearsing getting hurt. And so this is how the brain is working. So your fear is actually now manifesting and bringing to you more pain, more trauma, more fear. Because one of the things I say, fear, feelings emerging, affecting reality. But the truth is, fear is an affirmation. So what you fear, you affirm it. And the more you affirm your fear, the more you practice your fear, and the more you accumulate more information about the fear, it gets bigger. And that means sometimes, like this one lady said, I was so afraid to go to school because things happened at school. And next thing she knows, her fear, she became an expert at fear of going to school. And now she's got to be fearful going to the bank, or going to the post office, or going to the grocery store. And the more she practiced her fear, it got to be so bad that she couldn't even go downstairs to where she lived. Then it even got worse than that, because she started to imagine worst possible scenarios, and then she's afraid to go to her own bathroom. Because again, fears are affirmations, fears are manifestors, and some of the biggest things that I see you guys, and even me at times, is that when you have something inside you that you don't want to look at, something that really hurt you and you're afraid, and you take off running, and you never go back there and look again, but everywhere you run, you take it with you. So again, what you need to do is figure out how to change the resources, which is actually your brain and the memories in which it holds. So one of the biggest things I see with people who are ill is that they actually manifest, practice, rehearse, look for, and build a life around having the fear, not changing the fear, getting rid of the fear. And of course, as you've seen most of my testimonials, we have loads of testimonials, and Roxana's here on this call, and there's other people who are listening to me. They'll testify to the fact that what I teach helps you make peace with yourself, helps you to go inside yourself. You do have memories, Lords, you do, but you may not consciously know they're there. You practice it, you look for it, and you do it now. And you do it inside yourself, and there's a reason why you do it. I don't know what it is, your brain knows, but it is you doing it to you. So here's the key with fears is making peace with your own head. Now, first of all, you're very not talented, you're very not skilled, you don't even know what you're working with when you're working with yourself. That means you mechanically don't know what it is that's going on inside you. You don't know how to change it because you don't know the ground rules to how to create changes for yourself. And that's what I am now teaching, and I've been teaching for quite some time, is how to get control in your own life today. And it's like learn how to drive, you know. It's more important than learn how to drive. It's like learn how to walk. It's learn how to type on a keyboard. This is the most important thing, is knowing how to drive yourself from inside yourself, knowing how to make the adjustments, knowing how to make peace with the memories of the past, how to make peace with your enemies, how to make peace with your past and your future and your presence, your body, your personality, your voice, your hair, anything about you. It teaches you how you can get control. Now, of course, some people are very slow at stepping up and doing this because, one, they're scared and they're afraid it won't work. And this fear that it won't work keeps it from working because you're not doing what actually works. Reminds me of a practitioner or a person who came to level 1 training, and she came to a seminar. I tapped on some big stuff and I changed it. And then she started coming to level 1. She attended level 1. She had a great time with level 1. But then she got sessions, and all of a sudden something scary showed up. Something scary in her mind. Of course, FasterEFT, eutaptics, we don't give people stuff. We just allow the brain to reveal itself. And so then she didn't push through. And so one of the things we do is work through your memories, change the memories, and work through them. And as you do that, this is how your life changes. As you do that, you move through it and you clean it up. So one of the things she said, well, it quit working for me. And I said, well, are you doing what works? Are you doing your happy journal? No. Are you tapping on yourself? No. Are you getting sessions? No. It won't work for you. And this is what I see people do. They continue down the escalator of misery and pain because they're scared, and the fear will keep them trapped. Fear will keep them enslaved to the damaging pain. And it's okay if they die. It's okay if you experience it. That's what's normal. But there can be a lot easier life. And the easier life is learning how to take control. And so this is what we do. We teach people how to be in control of your life. So the reason why I've been inspired to help people with this pain, because I can see that I'm working with individuals and they're not doing what they need to do. And of course, just like with Veronica now is saying, what about if you have a belief that nothing can help me? That is my fear, and having anxiety all the time is key to my karma. Well, let me be honest with you. This is normal. First of all, the belief that nothing can help me is a belief system. Now, it's not true, and of course, having anxiety is a good reason. Why is it important for you not to get help? Why is it important for you not to change and transform those memories? What value are you getting from being ill, and what gifts are there in keeping the illness? Because a lot of people, they were cursed. They said you're the dumb child of the family. All their life they've been told you're too much trouble. You'll never be able to be helped. You're the worst one. And you take that on as a part of your identity and value system. And if somebody comes in and say, hey, let's make some changes, and you go, hold on a second. I'm supposed to be the broken one in the family. You can't fix this. It'll ruin my identity and my value system, which is very common. And so, and it's just like what Raquel is saying makes sense. I had a fear of happening and stopped working the tapping. The fact that my pain evolved greatly, and happier moments made me realize it works. So I continue to do the work. Now, this is something I will tell you too. As a person who started tapping 20 years ago, I still tap today because I need to, because things happen that bother you. One of the things I have seen that people will take my course, they'll get big changes, they get some personal transformations, and then it's like they put it down, they walk away and leave the toothbrush, the emotional healing toothbrush, or the soap that washes out the brain, cleans up your stuff, and they stop using this. That had a tendency to go right back to the old processing of problems, and they create bigger problems. And that means that, I know a person who was severe chemically sensitive, and chemical sensitivity, and she came to FasterEFT, she started tapping, she got tapped on a lot, and her sensitivities went away. And then she walked away from the FasterEFT stuff. Then later on, because she hasn't continued working and clearing and working through stuff, now she's extremely chemically sensitive or emotionally sensitive to the mere fact that there's internet, and the microwaves in the air is now attacking her, and she's breaking out. And it all really breaks down to one basic emotional issue, and that is Inside of us, we're holding fears. Inside of us, we have trauma, and our brain links things together and it keeps you from moving forward. So if you want to heal yourself, here's how you do it. It's very simple. First of all, you're not broken. You're successfully creating your illness from your brain's data. And if you want to change your health in your relationships in your world, you change what you hold in your mind, memories and experiences. As you rewrite those experiences, your life begins to shift. Now, it takes a really brave person to really step in to make peace with themselves. And by the way, your fear is not keeping you broke, it's helping you stay broke. Your fears are successes, and your brain says, Rosie, there's a reason why you shouldn't have money. It's smarter not to have money. There could be a cost to having money. So again, it's really you. And of course, yes, Lyme disease. There's several people who have severe Lyme disease, lots of medications, severely in bed, and now they're not by doing what I'm telling you to do. So here's a shortcut for you guys. Learn how to take control of your emotional states and well-beings. I recommend taking one, You Can Change Yourself, on my online course. I'll put a link here after I'm done, and or take You Can Heal Your Body course, and or find you one of my practitioners and let them give a session to you. Let them help work your head, help them work your memories. But I will say this, we can help you, but you must learn how to help yourself. Knowing how to fish for yourself or feed yourself or heal yourself is my goal, so that you don't have to come to us, you can do it yourself. And so that's the key. So come to a live seminar, do live training, do online training, get you a practitioner to help you work your head. How many people have come to my seminars and they said, Robert, if it hadn't been for you requiring us to work on ourselves and requiring us to get sessions, my life will not be as good as it is today. I want to welcome you to a healing network, and the healing network is a community that cares for you, a community will help you, a community will educate you and empower you, and your life will get better. So I just want to welcome you guys. I just want to share, remember, fear is not the enemy. It's actually doing something for you, and it's keeping you in alignment with your brokenness of your family. Who knows what it is that your brain is doing? Your brain is keeping you safe with illness because of memories and links, and consciously you don't know. But I know, and I'll show you how you can decode the program, rewrite the story, and create the life you want. So it's Robert Jean here in the great state of Oklahoma. We've got level 2 coming up here in about 2 weeks. Also at the weekend seminar, we have a 2-day weekend seminar. Any of you guys can come, and it's buy one, bring a person with you. So if you pay for one, you can bring someone with you, and it will be a stepping stone for personal wealth and transformation. So just learn how to like yourself, guys. Learn how to like yourself from within yourself. That means what you do inside yourself. What kind of communication? What are you saying? What are you seeing? What are you thinking? What are you producing in your body? Like yourself inside yourself. And what you do inside here, you're going to do to other people, especially people like your children and friends and partners. Be nice. Be nice to you first. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Love you. This is Robert G. Peace. See you guys.